Hi, DelusionDispeller back again to talk to you more about the traits of a narcissist. According to or based on the DSM-5, which is a diagnostic statistical manual for psychology, and especially focusing on personality disorders today. Narcissism in particular, of course. Okay. In the case of Anita, she relied on her husband to support her and the family, and she felt that she deserved the very best. Yet at the same time, she falsely and humbly portrayed herself as being somebody that was very humble, very struggling like the rest of us, basically. She proudly told me that she could afford to shop wherever she wanted, but she shopped at thrift stores. I believe this was to make herself appear just like one of us, like everyone else. Yet the reality was that Anita always had more than enough financially from her husband to do whatever she wanted to do with it. He was a construction worker of a type, and he basically worked for millionaires. So they really had money coming in, at least from what I could see. She loved to play the person who could so relate to everybody and to those of her peeps, as she called us, by appearing to be in our shoes. Yet, getting to know her situation up close and personal, I found out that she actually could sincerely claim money is no object. It was phony to the core that she was ever, struggling, at least when I knew her. She said in the past it was a lot worse, so when she finally got money, she knew what to do with it, and, she relished that fact that she had money. And that was good, I suppose, but honestly, it was kind of a false presentation of herself that she'd go back and forth with that, though. Anyways, empathy. Hang on one moment. Oops. Okay. Empathy. A narcissist struggles to understand emotions in other people. Unless the way that other person reacts annoys him, embarrasses him, or in some way makes him or her look bad to others. Sam Vaknin calls this cold empathy. I call it selfishness and self-absorption and non-caring and whatever else you want to call it. It's just mean. Narcissists can either believe that what they do and how they act has little to no effect on other people, or they believe that their actions, their reactions, the things that they say and do have a huge effect on controlling other people. It depends on which type of narcissist you're dealing with, an overt or a covert one. Intimacy. If a narcissist is in a relationship, his purpose for being in one is to gain narcissistic supply. He uses the partner in order to constantly have him or her remind him or her that he is wonderful, worthy, handsome, adorable, beautiful, fit, intelligent, or whatever he or she needs to be reminded of. The narcissist does not care what his partner needs or wants or feels. At first, it may appear like the narcissist is everything you ever wanted in a partner because he or she is an expert actor or actress. They know how to imitate exactly what it is that you need. And if you watch, most of them will start picking your brain and asking you questions right away to find out what do you like, what don't you like, how do you react to this, how would you say that. Sometimes they even mimic your very words or words they've heard other people say. Narcissist is actually putting on a show for you so that you'll come closer and closer for them to suck you dry of whatever they need from you, basically. In a very real sense, the narcissist forms an addiction to you, and this manifests in their compulsion to do whatever it takes to win your blind faith and trust in them and to bond with them and to bond with you in a sort of spider web connection. Often sex can be involved, but don't be mistaken. Your loving romantic feelings thinking, oh, wow, what a night of passion we had. He is not thinking that way. She is not thinking that way. All they're thinking is, I gotta do this so that I can keep them long enough. I can get what I need out of them, and that's it. And then if I need to, you know, I'll move on. Because they ultimately know that you're going to leave them or they're going to ditch you. One of the two is going to happen, because narcissists do not want a close connection with anybody, period. Not on a long-term intimate basis like you may be looking for. So don't be fooled. Don't think that just because you're sexually involved with a narcissist that somehow this means that he or she loves you and they're going to marry you and you're going to live happily ever after. That couldn't be the farthest thing from their minds. They're not looking for a commitment. They're not looking for a permanent relationship. They are nomads. They wander. They go from person to person and thing to thing and job to job sometimes. Whatever they have to do, as long as that narcissistic supply need is being met by somebody or in some way. Now, I'm not going to get into the next part till the next video, but you can kind of see that they're basically emotional vampires in a very real sense of the word. And unless you want to have your life's blood sucked out of you, I suggest you avoid them at all costs or get away from them if you can. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.